Yeah, I think same answer to the last question. This one, it depends on the situation of the owner and their interest and their appetite. What we try to figure out when we're in these conversations and starting these relationships is really understanding what the owner is interested in, what they like, what brings them joy, what excites them, what gets them out of bed in the morning, or what kind of gives them nightmares at night. And ideally, myself and Jorge are taking stuff off the plate that the owner doesn't enjoy doing, so that what's left is the stuff that really is interesting to them, to the point where ideally it brings them joy, so it feels like it's fun to them to do that kind of work. So again, it depends on the owner. If they're sales oriented, then it makes sense to have them look at growth and help us drive the future growth of the company. If they're more technically oriented, then a CIO or a CTO, a role like that would probably make more sense. So I think it really depends on getting to know the owner, understanding their strengths and interests, and then aligning a role that makes sense with that.
Yeah, I think that the word summarized that we're flexible. we're flexible to working with the capacity that the owner wants to be involved. If they want to keep having a role within the company, we welcome that partnership. But if they want to, after a couple of months, they want to take a step back and just relax and enjoy life, that's fine as well. We do welcome a transition, because we think it's important for us to get to know the company, the employees, the customers, and with the owner, it's easier if there's a transition period, but it's up to them. So I think one of the biggest thing there is that we're gonna sign, or we're gonna have every single person that works in the company is gonna stay with us at the beginning. And when we think about the growth of the company, we want them to grow with us, and by having them become more of the middle management layer, growing within the company, we believe that that's gonna trickle down for the rest of the organization as we hire from the bottom. That's one part, but what else do you think?
Yeah, I think this is something important to get a sense of as we're getting to know the owners and understanding the companies, to ensure that we look for healthy cultures.
Yeah.
For any organization that we look to partner with and look to invest in, and try to figure out, does the existing culture fit with ourselves? Would we be additive to the culture? And then I think if those things are in place, a big part of our role after we join the company is to not mess that up. So keep that in place, continue to be additive to it, and then as we look to grow the company and we do hiring, to ensure that every additional hire matches the culture that we want to maintain, and then also matches the culture that we want to continue to evolve towards as well. I think the biggest thing is myself and Jorge joining the company. So from day one, we'd like to think that we are additive, at least to the culture part, if not from the resources and skill set part. We certainly bring energy to the table, and we're excited to get in there and roll our sleeves up, get our hands dirty, learn about the business, meet the people, form relationships with the team, form relationships with the customer. And then only after we've got a better understanding of all of that, we start really leaning in and figuring out how we can continue to grow the business.
Yeah, and additionally, to add to that is not only George and myself, it's also all the team that we have behind. We have a team of investors who are really experienced. They have operational experience in multiple industries, and so we'll bring a board of directors, and they'll be comprised from our investor group, industry experts as well, and so that's part of the support that we'll bring to the table.
Yeah, it's certainly very team-oriented, hands-on approach with myself and Jorge, and then we have 18 investors that are backing us, and then depending on how the specific transaction happens, we may be able to bring on additional investors, and if we can do that, then I think the additional investors would be more strategically tailored to the opportunity that we're looking at. which would be additive, I think, to the overall team. So myself, Jorge, plus 18 investors, plus strategically aligned, potentially additional investors to get the acquisition done.
Yeah, I think that a good, if we want to go down the rabbit hole here, is that when we think about board construction, we think about, besides the skill sets, is we would like to have in our board somebody that, well, we'll bring to the table with our board somebody that has experience in capital allocation, somebody that has experience in the industry, and somebody that has experience, a lot of operational experience as well.